Hello guys, how's it going? My name is Darren, and again, we're still in Christmas. Still, there's a lot going on behind the scenes. I'm still kind of trying to get back together with videos. But this one in particular, I thought, wow, I really need to talk about it. And okay, so you know how we have Vanilla Classic coming in, and how I'm very excited about the new experience for the next expansion. So a forum post came by saying to those who want a challenge of leveling, why? A simple question of why do you want your leveling to be a challenge? It's 3 in the morning as of recording this video, almost 4 in the morning, and I'm in a very creative mood. Had a great holidays. But this topic, I usually try to bring you guys ideas and things where I want you as a viewer to make a decision on what to believe, how to think. I don't want to be the one affecting it. I might give you guys my opinion, but I want to mostly present you guys information and just let you absorb it and figure it out for yourselves. But this one I'm gonna have to interject a little more than I normally do. The person's basically suggesting that leveling everything up to the end game content, let's say right now in Legion, and eventually this video will get dated as we get into Battle for Azeroth and more, but currently right now in Legion, the game technically really actually starts once you get to level 100 and you start your leveling experience through Legion from level 100 to 110, earning a bunch of gear, doing a bunch of dungeons, and unlocking the storylines of every single area, working for a little bit of that beginner reputation, unlocking Stormheim, and eventually hitting 110. And starting to work on your artifact weapon, gearing, as well as the rest of the story, maybe even the flying, mage tower. This is where the game begins. And anything below that isn't really content. I mean, for the most part, most people spend their time by leveling, whether through a dungeon grind where you queue back-to-back dungeons, or simply just mind-numbingly go through every single quest area, pick up every single quest, kill every single mob by one-shotting them, while watching something else on another monitor, be it Netflix, be it Hulu, be it YouTube, Twitch. Because if you didn't, I feel like a lot of people's brains would actually fry. The World of Warcraft leveling experience, the first time you level, is an amazing experience. I still remember the first time I leveled my very first character. It was a druid, night elf on a server, Scarlet Crusade, named Erezis. And I remember thinking that I could be a cat, and a bear, and a healer, and a caster at the same time. Even if I was mostly a feral, I literally played with every single spell in my book. And I tried to get a little bit of spirit, a little bit of intellect, a little bit of agility when I played my class. I was a noob. But when you're a noob, the first time you play, the world is so massive, you can't even imagine, you know, reaching from one end to another. You're just going from quest to quest, from zone to zone, half in awe. Reading every quest line, trying to find out what the stories are, and you really do care. And when you don't really care about the stories, you care about your character, you cared about your character progression. It was like Sims on crack. It was awesome. But that shine, when you get to max level and you start a brand new character, and you do it a couple times, really does wear off, to the point where it does become a mind-numbing experience. So the person in the forum post talked about, why does this need to be difficult? Why does it need to be more of a grind? Why does it need to be, you know, slowed down? Because we have to level all the way to level 120 in Battle for Azeroth. That is a lot of levels to get through. When we get to them a lot quicker. And this is where I get a little bit sad, because this game has been something that's been part of my life, and even something I do, I guess you can call it a career. I don't really think YouTube of a job. You can't really call it a job if you really love it. And there's so many games that try to overthrow World of Warcraft. And while WoW is still at the top, there are so many ways some of the other games have a maybe subjectively, not objectively, better quest and experience in some cases. At least for the early levels. When you take a look at a lot of people that try to dethrone WoW, I'm pretty sure it's a lot of developers that try to get a little bit of a quick buck. They tried to get a little bit of the money of the MMO market in the early 2008, 2012, anywhere between those years, and a lot of them didn't make it. A lot of those games didn't really do well. They might have great communities with enough players playing, and they might have attracted a few niche audiences, but nowhere near as big as the giant that is World of Warcraft. But one of the things that a lot of people have done well when it comes to the leveling experience, and especially those developers of other games, they really did well in a questing experience. The questing, level 1 to max level, and even further and beyond, a lot of them put a lot of work into it. And while I do have a lot to hold me down for World of Warcraft, I have my main character, I have my alts, I have the channel revolving around World of Warcraft. If I ever do not play WoW, there are a lot of games I would love to experience just for the story. From games like SWTOR, which utilizes BioWare's storytelling system, where the combat might be pretty mind-numbing, but the stories make me care to get through the terrible tap-targeted combat where the mouse just, for some reason, just has too much sensitivity just to get through them. Or even ESO, a game that has so many hours of voice lines. Every single NPC that you interact with, every single quest has so much audio recorded for them. I mean, if you might look at those games and say, they're just, you know, there just to make the money and bail, then why would somebody spend the time recording so many voices for every single NPC, for every single quest line in ESO? I love stories in my games. If you have a game with really just terrible controls, maybe even not an exciting combat system, but if you have a story that makes me care, that's a lot more exciting. And I feel like Legion has done great in its recent stories. Like, I would even say in Cataclysm, the story and the quests, they were very exciting, very interesting for me, because maybe it's the first time I did it. Mists of Pandaria, I thought there was a better storytelling. In Warlords General, they did a weird turn with the storytelling of back in time, but I think still felt like it was quality storytelling. The cutscenes, the world quests, the bonus objectives, the everything that the game offered, which wasn't a lot, but I felt like it just keeps getting better. The ante gets higher, and in Legion, I thought it was done well. I'm expecting a lot out of Battle for Azeroth, but even though I feel like Legion will do, or Blizzard will do well with Battle for Azeroth and their level 110 to 120, the 10 levels up that we get to go, I'm pretty sure that storyline and those quests are going to feel awesome. The music is going to be great, the visuals are going to be great, the cutscenes are going to be awesome, and I think I'm going to love it, because I feel like Blizzard knows exactly what they're doing, and if they do basically the same thing, not the same story, but the same type of work as they put into Legion, the storylines, the cutscenes, and the voiceovers, the world quests, how you engage in with the world, the story of every zone, how unique it all is, then I think we'll have a great game. But I'm not against having the lower level questing experience enhanced by making it a lot more exciting and a lot more interesting and a lot more rewarding. I don't know how you feel about the questing system, but my thoughts are, and this is how I would love it to be, just a little challenge, just a little bit rewarding. It doesn't have to be some crazy Iron Man vanilla World of Warcraft experience every single mob you close into. It doesn't have to be a insta-death as soon as a second mob even looks in your direction. It doesn't have to be some kind of a ride to hell and back. You know, a leveling experience that's an uphill walk both ways. It just has to feel more rewarding. It has to feel more meaningful. And I feel like the changes they're making in the future to the scaling technology, the questing technology, and eventually the item levels and the item squish, I think we'll get overall a way better experience. Not just some kind of an actual mindless grind, but something that feels rewarding, something that feels interesting. And I think Blizzard, even though it'll be difficult for them to go and try to recapture the kind of leveling of Legion and apply it for every zone, for every expansion in the past, I think the work they're doing so far for the next leveling system is something I would love. So hopefully they won't derail from that. Thank you guys so much for watching. Hope you enjoyed. Let me know your thoughts, but you know mine. Please keep the challenge at least somewhat there for the leveling experience. If you guys enjoyed this video, give it a like. If you want my channel to grow, give the videos likes, because videos with a lot of likes reach a wider audience. If you guys want to subscribe, you're more than welcome to. And if you want to hit the notification bell to catch the live streams, that'll be great as well. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed, and I'll see all of you in another video.